All right. Hey, good day, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Delete, where it is me going through 13 years of Facebook content every calendar day for an entire calendar year, where I go through the whole day and just make comments and delete stuff. Because, well, after doing this for 13 years on Facebook, I've learned it's a waste of time, so I'm just going to delete stuff. Um, yeah, so that's my story. We can just go right into it right now. So let's start off on a high note right here. This is fun and exciting, and this is actually something that I talked about the other day when it happened. Well, guess what? It happened again. Not too sure what the shit is going on, but look at that! Look at that tiny little head of mine right there in the lower bottom of the screen. Like ridiculous, right? So, um, I had posted a thing the other day, or so I made a video where I was talking about how I posted a meme where it was supposed to be a story about some children making fun of a bald guy. So then Hitler sent bears to go eat the children. And then at the end of the meme, it goes, "No, just kidding. That was God." And then it lists where in the Bible it happened. So I went ahead and they tagged me twice in the review saying so it says your posts go against our standards on dangerous individuals and organizations. So this robot hit me from this post that I did uh 5 6 years ago, and I just loaded up my browser to look, and guess what? The robot hit me for a third time. um Learn more about our decisions and see what we can do. Blah blah blah. Here we go. Close. Hey, guess what? Like that's it. It's gone. There's no oversight. There's no disagreement. There's no grievance. So, ta-da. Yeah. Facebook is trash as always. And here is me taking shit out to the curb. I'm gonna go through this day by day. First, I got to scroll all the way down because this is awkward. Let's see. By the way, I'm just going to go ahead and plug this, even though it's not an official plug, but I'm going to do it anyway because F you, this is my live broadcast, and I can. Today's today's live video of the Daily Delete is brought to you by Hobo with a Shotgun. God damn it, that's such a great movie. I know it's not legally brought to you by anyone, but no promotional consideration, dude. I bought this at the Dollar Tree for $1. It is like one of Rutger Hauer's last films, and dude, I'm so ready to watch this. Like, I can feel the beer opening under my hands. Oh, did I make myself tea? Oh, could you? That's great. That's my lovely engineer, Shannon, my wife. She's my engineer. She's back there doing her thing. She's gonna make me some tea real. Whoa, this tea comes with milk. Okay, so here we are. 12 years ago today, Jay Thompson has made it to New York. Precious cargo is inbound. What? You did a little dance in the background and someone stopped watching. Now I only got one viewer. Aw. No, it's a coincidence. They probably just were like, okay, he's talked for 2 minutes. He said hobo with a shotgun. I'm leaving. No, you're fine. It's not you, honey. It's me. Yes. Avami Milky Knockers milk. So, okay, 12 years ago, has made it to New York City. Precious cargo is inbound. LOL. That was a shoot 'em up video game reference. Yeah, and it didn't. Jill is confused. Whatever. Okay, good talk. Good post. Gone forever. 12 years ago, I am the creepy guy on the couch. Yes, okay. And I was staying at someone's house when my truck was all blown up. They ended up staying there for like 2 or 3 days. It was nice. Thank you, Chuck, for the hospitality. I have been kidnapped by good friends and forced to eat awesome food. Don't you mean awesome friends and good food? Normally, I'd say yes, but you spell Y-O-U with the letter U, so no. Anyways, you notice that like all of those posts where I was speaking about myself in the third person, that's how Facebook used to be back in the day, kids. Yep. On this day 11 years ago, here is actually. So yesterday I talked about my friend Dirk Smiler who passed away, and Here's actually a picture of him in action. Like, here we are sitting around, like, entranced by the dude. A whole bunch of us are just chilling and listening to his stories. This was back in 2005. Yeah, I took the picture. This first night I really got to know Dirk. It was pretty cool. Uh, you are still missed, buddy. All right. Anyways, moving that. Let's see. 11 years ago, prenatal jitters as I prepare for my tattoo appointment tonight. Then I get to an old friend of mine I haven't seen in years who will be arriving with my fiance tied up in the trunk of her car. What? I don't know what's going on there. I don't even know which tattoo that was. It's terrible. I think I remember the tattoo. I just don't remember the girl. 2 hours later, I'm bandaged up and sitting in Popeye's pub. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it was these. Tattoos. Yeah, you can't see them because I'm wearing sleeves. Like, sorry, you can't see them because I'm wearing sleeves, and you couldn't hear me because my face got moved. Like, so. No, Nicole, I did not get punched in the face again. But you're a rumor monger, so whatever. Some people outgrow LiveJournal. Some people are stuck there forever. 10 years ago, emergency run into the Hudson Valley. Take care of something. If you're one of my Northeastern friends, now's the time to get in contact with me for lunch. I'm leaving very early in the morning from Philly, and I'll be back in Philly by dinner. Stop by the pub tonight. Don't head out so quick. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Sweet. Aw, you're the best. Look at that. Fresh tea and a chicken salad burrito all in one shot. Like, that's why I'm wearing this. Okay, post deleted because I don't know. I don't remember how that happened. Like, whatever. My life's pretty boring. So, let's see. I must really love this girl. I'm doing 6-hour round trip. Oh, I had to go feed the girl's cat. So, yeah, 3 hours there, 3 hours back to go feed the cat. And guess what? The cat was fed. I remember that. The cat was lit. Like, I opened the door, and there's the cat all, like, being chubby and looking at me and being like, meow. Because that's what the cat did. And it had food. So, 6 hours of my life I'll never get back. Thank you, Facebook, for the reminder. See, look, you know what would be funny? If there was still a ton of cat food and water here. And the electric outlets on the bus didn't work, so I wasn't able to work. Then I took the train. Oh, and the bus back was a charter bus instead of a real Greyhound or whatever public transit bus. The whole day was a mess. But whatever. 10 years ago today, here's a picture of me and Kate at the comic book shop. Ooh, Rasul Aman. That's his name now? Okay, so dude, when I met this dude, he was saying he was an army vet, and he also believed he was the reincarnation of Spider-Man or something. Like, dude, he thought he was like legit a superhero. Like, so I guess by superhero that means he's now Muslim. Okay, that would explain a few things. I don't know what's happening here, but Hamsalam alaikum to you, buddy. You're kneeling on your prayer rug wrong. Anyways, so that's how that life was. Last post was 2017, so I wonder what happened. He moved to Maryland in 2012. Huh. Look at that, 14 mutual friends. Look at all these people we're friends with. Huh. About to go down a rabbit hole. I'm like, how's Josh doing? I remember he ended up shutting down. Yeah, so he had a comic book shop at a publishing company, and then he had to shut down the shop. Oh, wow. He's making cool stuff. Look at those books, dude. Wow. How Fishtown got its name. Dude, that's some cool stuff right here. Go, Josh. Good on you doing cool stuff, man. That's cool to see. I love stuff like that. Okay, so remove tag. And I'm home. I bought a laptop so I could work on stuff while I was traveling back and forth, and the Wi-Fi wasn't working both times. Getting lost in New York City is a bitch, especially when I should know better. 6 hours, sat for 5 minutes halfway through. Wait, no, according to my watch, this was an 11-hour trip. 11-hour trip to feed a cat that had food. Man, how exciting. What an adventure my Daily Delete is today. I hope all two of you enjoyed it. Look, no likes, comments, or shares. So Fell on deaf ears or Facebook forgot what it was doing. What is this? This year, 10 years ago. Pedicabo ego vasid irritability. Don't let the bastards wear you down? I'm going to look that up. Let's see. Drum roll, please. Let's see. Oh, dude, I forgot to. Haha, I forgot to switch this back. Oh, whatever. It's not like you guys missed anything. All right. So anyway. Oh, okay. So let me see. Let me look that up again. It's weird that I will sodomize and oh, this was a poem actually, a very old poem. One of the filthiest expressions ever written in language, or in any language for that matter, and one of the first written poems in human history. So that's pretty interesting. I'll let you look that one up. I'm not going to talk about it online because I don't need the censorship strike. Also, it says here, I'm talking to Kano, it says, I probably shouldn't tell you about this great idea I have. It involves a musical. So, one of my life goals here is to write a musical. It's something like Evil Dead the musical or Ghostbusters the musical or something like that. This would be Maladjusted, the story of Morrissey, and it would be the life of Morrissey as told through Morrissey and the Smiths music. And that's why it's called Maladjusted. You know, it would, I think it would be a great idea. It would just basically be some dude who looks like Morrissey and some dude who looks like a girl, and he's like just whining at her for 2 hours. I think it'd be a hit. 10 years ago today, I'm so wiped out that I'm going to just eat blocks of cheese and drink rum until a random adult shows up at my place and tells me there's actual food in the kitchen. I guess sometimes do that. Do I still do that? Pick up a cookbook. No, I don't have the strength. I'm not picking up any books. It's spelled psych. What? Yeah, why do people spell psych wrong on the internet? Like, if you're born in the 90s and you're like, psych, it was spelled Psyche, as in the actual root term for psych, as in mental. Kind of like, hey, psych, as in a mental game. Sike was not how you spelled it. Like, ugh, that's language. Run by people, I guess. Okay, so what else is here? Having to be up at this hour of the night to feed my daughter, I find it crazy as shit on Netflix. My favorite so far has been some 8-hour stop motion animated monster thing with Phyllis Diller. Yes, I did see that on Netflix. What is? I grew my first beard watching Das Boot. Did you know that? That's not true. But I was wearing a turtleneck the entire time. That was exciting. That's another thing Kano did to me. Do you think this whole second coming of Christ thing has anything to do with the old adage, a murderer always returns to the scene of a crime? Something to think about, right? Maybe? Anyways, that devolved into a religious argument. Dude, I'm not the one who wrote the book. Like, I didn't write a story about bears killing kids, like, because it made fun of a bald dude. Like, that's not me. That's the word of God there. Okay, so here's my attempt at setting up a PC that was just given to me secondhand. Start your clocks now. Time. Machine is up and running. Now to install 9A and start from there. So let's see. 6:55 p.m., 7:52 p.m. So it took about an hour to set everything up. But if I remember correctly, this was a laptop I borrowed from a shop while my laptop was in a shop for 6 months to replace a screen. Lesson of the day on that one is if it takes them longer than a month to fix your computer, get your computer back. At the end, Karma won because when I went the last time to go pick up my laptop, his store was closed and there was a big sign on the door saying he hadn't paid rent in 6 months. All right. NVIDIA, an hour to download a driver? That's terrible. I don't know what's all this. Look at that. Owen Rosenberg says, wow, you just go around telling people to fuck off. Real pleasant. Yeah, that's what I do. Welcome to my Facebook page. Like, if you don't like it, don't be here. Like, I think I was ever friends with them. Oh, yeah, companies aren't people. And while we're on it, who are you? Yeah, he never responded. I wonder who he is. Let's go find out. Uh, he is a guy. Look at that. His page is not loading. That's so weird. Oh, it's like there's nothing on his page. It's not even loading. What is it? Like it's got that one picture of him. Hey, he's in a relationship with music. He checks in at the Terrapin Crossroads on a regular basis in San Rafael, California. See, I don't know who this dude is, but like, how do you find me? How does Facebook, how does that work? I don't know. Anyways, great story. He's probably a troll. He's probably a Russian troll bot. Okay, let's see. Sketches of the alien race for the video game company that I started. Um, delete that. I forgot to delete it. I went on a rabbit hole and then deleted it. So yeah, look at all those. Those were kind of cool, right? The top left one was good, but I kind of feel like the bottom right one was the best one. I don't. I remember kind of finishing it. I don't remember where the finished product went, but I will tell you what. Eventually, you will see. See, look, here's more sketches. And look, I pinned a little reference photo of a dinosaur right there for it, so I could work on it. Anyways, deleted. Gone on that. That was 8 years ago today. So guess who's wide awake and ready to party? Let's see what time. 2 in the morning. That would be my daughter, because she's cute. And 2 o'clock in the morning is the best time to climb furniture. All right. I hope all two of you enjoyed that. Contrary to popular belief, these do not make me a killer. There is a console controller, a Nostromo gaming pad, a keyboard, and a mouse. All branded by Razer, weirdly enough. So thank you, Razer, for the promotional consideration. Um, yeah, so yeah, there was a thing that says like video games create killers. Dude, we know that's not really the truth. People like why would people do that? Remember back in the day when people thought that comic books were turning kids into murderers, and we found that that wasn't true back in the 50s, 60s. All they did was they ended up banning a bunch of comic books, and then 30 years later, they were start saying rock and roll albums were causing kids to kill people. We found that that wasn't true, and then we found out, and then what they do, they just censored a bunch of rock albums, and then guess what? Like then it was Dungeons and Dragons, and then it was video games, and it's like, you know, maybe at one point after the third or fourth go around over the course of 100 years, maybe you should just stop blaming media on things. I mean, think about the fact that about 100 years ago, we were burning women at the stake for talking to goats. So maybe it's not media. Maybe it's just humans are terrible. Um, so that's my rant for today. That profile picture there is a ink drawing from Frank Franzetta, one of my artists. Which, if you know me, you know I got a giant Frank Franzetta poster up on my wall. I put that up 8 years ago today because that's when he passed. Big lawsuit was pretty awesome. Still awesome. Like cultural icon. You guys don't even know it yet. Like he is such a cultural icon. Like you ever watch the Conan movies? Dude, that was him. You ever see Pathfinder the movie? That was a Frank Franzetta film. Even though he had nothing to do with it, dude, that was a Frank Franzetta film. Every frame was a painting, and every painting was done by Franzetta. Anyways, fun fact for the day 8 years ago. If your boss asks you to be a part of a Harlem Shake video at any time after yesterday, it means he hates you all. Yep. Oh, funny story, man. The Harlem Shake like kind of swept the internet. You know it'd be all over TikTok if it came out today. But it kind of swept the internet. And it was created by a man called Filthy Frank, who is known for saying horribly offensive racist things on the internet. But, he's funny when he does it. So it's all right, I guess. 8 years ago, taking a crash course in concept art classes so I could figure out how to do what I do, but faster. Yep, true story. But you're still effing brilliant, so you shouldn't be a problem for too long. Aw, that's so cute. Thank you, Lauren. And then my response was, unfortunately, it's harder to shape concrete after it dries, which is actually a very important life lesson about relationships, which I'll let you think about. And we'll compare notes later. Okay, so more aliens. That's cool, right? That picture's probably somewhere out there. If not, that it's an 8-year-old drawing. I have no need to keep it. You're only as good as your last portfolio piece. So, uh, anticlimactic is not strong enough a word. Wow, shaking my head. Ends with a whimper. No idea what I'm talking about. It could have been anything. Let's see. Hashtags. Let's see who else used the ends with a whimper hashtag. This is always a fun trip down a rabbit hole. The apocalypse movies never mentioned all the sitting around. Look at that. It's like. So, hashtag ends with a whimper was only used 3 times in the history of Facebook. Once in 2020, once by me. Oh, and another time. So, 2 people shared the same cartoon with hashtag ends with a whimper, and then someone else posted the actual poem. I forgot his name. T.S. Eliot? Yeah, T.S. Eliot. Oh, they mentioned Game of Thrones. I was not talking about Game of Thrones, so that's not it. So that's interesting, huh? That should unlock some sort of reward or something on Facebook. I don't know. Let's see. 7 years ago today, a Motown sort of morning. I was playing "You Really Got a Hold on Me" by the Miracles. It's a great song. I might have to play that one. Let's see. 6 years ago today, it is snowing out. I'm here by myself. Kind of appropriate. And I was listening to the song "Your Love Alone Is Not Enough" by the Manic Street Preachers, which is like one of the best songs ever made. Yeah. So I guess I was emo because I was posting song lyrics. Let's see. 5 years ago today, you know, something went wrong. Yeah, of course something went wrong. It's Facebook. So if I had not gotten my chest tattoo, I would have gotten a Ouija board tattooed on my chest. I saw the picture and went, damn it, why didn't I think of that? Anyways, cool story. You should pull up your underwear before you catch a cold. You're gonna get a flu. You're gonna get the influenza right in your flaps. Sorry. 5 years ago today. Wonder if I should play more Fallout tonight or go to bed early. Things to consider. I need to talk to Preston Garvey. I'm sure a settlement needs my help. Yep. Preston Garvey. He's always there and ready for you to tell you that a settlement needs your help. You know, it's funny enough, like that was so bad for the game and so many people complained that eventually they patched it and they got rid of that. Or they made it happen a lot less. So, now it's within the past 5 years, I guess we can say that Twitter does work because people complain on Twitter. 5 years ago today, the Center for Puppetry Arts presents Labyrinth. So they had this big performance thing where they had the film and then a dress up thing, and they showed all the puppets and stuff like that. I did not go to it, but last year I did go to the Puppetry Arts Center for the first time, and I got to see the puppets of Labyrinth. And dude, it was amazing. Like A plus would do again. I recommend it to anyone if you're in the Atlanta area. You definitely want to see the Puppetry of Arts Center of Puppetry Arts. I'm getting distracted by this car because, god damn it, I need this car. You see this car? Look at this car. Not quite a hearse, not quite a milk truck, and it's for sale. God, I need it, dude. Let's just appreciate this for a moment. Matte black, dude. Those pinstriped cobwebs are amazing. Do you think that car would be on sale for like $500? Because that's what I need in my life is a $500 hearse. 5 years ago today, since 1978, the cost of college tuition has increased by over 1,000. Medical care has increased by 600. Food has increased by 200, and shelter has gone up by almost 400. Meanwhile, the pay of the typical worker has risen by only 10%. The minimum wage worker's pay has fallen by 5.5%, and the average CEO's pay has increased by almost 1,000%. The system is not broken. The system is working. The system does not work for you and I. So why are there not guillotines in every state capital? I got questions. Why are we not fixing this? 5 years ago today, what's this say? A thing from Time Hop. It says, "You cannot change your fate, but you can certainly alter your destiny." True story. Uh, I mean, I was supposed to be dead by the age of 27 because, sex, drugs, and punk rock music. Um, Without a doubt, my most anticipated indie release of the year, My Body Is Ready. Frankenstein created Bikers. The Red Band trailer in HD, not safe for work. Since it's not safe for work, I guess I can't play it, but I did see Frankenstein created Bikers at its world premiere in Atlanta. I got the poster, did not get it signed because I left because it was cold and I'm dumb. And it starred a bunch of my friends like Jet Bryant, Tristan Risk, Ellie Church, Madeline Brumby, uh, Gianova, dude, Allison Meyer, like Shane Morton's in it. Look at all these great people. Like, I didn't actually. So, funny fact, I did not really know any of these people when this movie came out. Like, I knew one or two dudes in the film, but I was just really into the Grindhouse thing, and like I knew this movie was going to blow my mind, so I was psyched to see it, and I saw it, and it did blow my mind. It met and exceeded all expectations, just like I like. And since then, I've actually worked with a bunch of these people on random small projects, and I'm getting closer and closer and closer to getting into the James Bicker movie universe. So, James, if you're the one person watching this video right now, like I got a headshot and a resume and $20. I'm ready for you. I'll bring the beer. I'm just kidding. I can't afford that much beer for your crew, but I could promise it a lot. Okay, so 5 years ago, seriously, what the hell ever happened to people just wanting the satisfaction of a job done? Tired of taking up the slack here. Oh yeah, complaining about some dude I worked with at work. Oh look, Ken Wagner was so fully supportive and loving of me and my adventures on Facebook, and then here's one of those dudes. When I called him out, like all of a sudden I was the most evilest person he met. Um, Anyways, yeah, a bunch of my coworkers from that job are also agreeing with what I said because they knew what I was talking about. Like, I worked at this vehicle transportation company thing, and I swear, dude, I was like the only dude who would bust his ass there, and they knew it too. It was interesting. You would open up the file cabinet and look at all the paperwork for each vehicle, and on 90% of the vehicles, it was my signature on all the paperwork. But I mean, you can't really expect the son of the owner of the company to work. That's silly. Anyway, on to better things. A Throwback Thursday from my work on Real Resident 2. Here's a picture of me talking with Jeffrey Henderson. See, notice I'm holding a megaphone because I was the first AD on this project, and it was pretty awesome. I mean, sorry, my hair was terrible, but I was great. It was so. I guess this set, I ended up getting one of the biggest compliments ever in my film career, and this was back when I was like just starting. Right, I was still paying my dues at this point because I was like working for free on small stuff. I came up on the set and I did my job for the day, and someone came up to me at the end of it. I think it was one of the extras or something, and they were like, "Dude, it was so cool when you showed up on set because 5 minutes later, when you started telling us what to do, we came to realize that there was a professional on set." So, like, that made me feel real good. Like, that even though I was that young in my career and like that fresh faced, I was still acting like an obscene level professional. And it was cool being recognized for that. So, thank you. Thank you. That means a lot to me, actually. Enough about me. What do you guys think about me? Oh, come on. That's funny. That was funny. See, that was funny. You know, she turned to me and she went, "Nice." Okay, so 5 years ago today, the quote of the night is, "The easiest way to save face is to keep the lower part shut." I'm going to let you think about that one. Let's see. Deanna Postel posted something with me and like 30 other people. So apparently posting truths about personal experiences hate. I've had heated political debates, major ethical debates, and still never name called or resorted to hate. I am a liar because I've had personal experience to offer. I'm a liar because you don't like the truth that me and others have experienced. I am a constitutionalist and I believe in free speech for all, but free speech is not free from reaction, consequences, or truths. Robert Dahlonega, Georgia, which If I remember correctly, that's all Jesus fish and rebel flags. Wants to consider keeping a sign that denigrates any person of color in hers and surrounding communities so she can make a community bend to a business deal. Because I guess she was defending a sign that said, look at this, historic Ku Klux Klan meeting hall. And there's a picture of a KKK member, Sieg Hailing. That's terrible. Your pace will change my realities. Um, something personal stuff. I don't, dude. Don't post hate shit like on the sides of your buildings. That's just terrible. It makes the oppressed people feel terrible because it reminds them that they have been oppressed for decades. And every once in a while you'll get some sort of angry progressive showed up with beloved cocktails. So don't be doing that. 4 years ago today, Joseph Paul Watts Sr. has tagged me in a post linking to a personal blog called Emily Strung. Um, oh, that's the name. Yeah. So the Bearded Sinners had a children's cancer charity in the name of Emily because she was actually stricken with leukemia. Oh, I'd like to click on that photo, but suddenly my Mac froze. Maybe. I think I'm on the air. Video's not working. Up, something's hanging. Oh, see, there it goes. Okay, it's back up. So there's a picture of me and Emily. She showed up and she requested that I paint her up to look like Harley Quinn. And there she is, the world's tiniest, most frailest Harley Quinn. I'm kind of happy at the fact that I gave her a whole bunch of joy that day, especially since she didn't really last for too much longer. So that was nice. Okay, now my Mac is definitely frozen. Am I? Is it showing any footage? So you see me? Okay, you see me rubbing my face and like being exasperated. Okay, there you go. There you go. All right. So I guess it was just opening up a page caused problems. So thank you, Mac. All right. Well, here for the thing. Yeah, it's totally the Mac's fault. I don't. If I was on a Raspberry Pi, this wouldn't happen. I am a Raspberry Pi. Okay, so on this day 3 years ago, that means we're almost done. I get to we're almost done because I basically stopped using this 3 years ago. Let's see. A man reaches a. You know what? Let me do this in the ASMR mode. Ready? Hold on. I'm even gonna just put my face up on here, so it's just you can concentrate on my face while I'm talking about this. So go ahead and turn down the lights and put on your headphones and turn it up nice and high. And while I do the ASMR program portion of the show, I hope all three of you enjoy this. A man reaches a certain age where he doesn't want any drama. He doesn't want to fight anyone, and if forced to, he will not fight fair. He will not quit, and there are no weapons he will not use. It's best to leave him alone with his coffee, bourbon, and cigars. Don't poke the old men. They will hurt you. Okay, and I hope you enjoyed that ASMR, and if it made you go to sleep, I'm sorry you just woke up, sucker. Because I can no longer control the volume of my voice. 3 years ago today, I fear no evil. The shadow is mine, and so is the valley. And with an attitude like that, you will actually get pretty far in life. That image is square. So that means it's probably on my Instagram. So go to instagram.com/crowface with a K and go find it. 3 years ago today, I just had a man claim I was mansplaining. Yeah. Like, what a Sarah Jessica Warrior. Well, Chris Rush goes, to be fair, were you? And I was like, well, to be fair, I was talking about guns, so maybe, yeah. And then someone posted a link called How Gunsplaining Could Lead to Better Gun Laws. Yeah. Well, actually. So, yeah, it's like, I was just talking, I was explaining something, but because I was a man, the dude said I was mansplaining, which is really funny coming from a man because that meant he was mansplaining. And I think mansplaining is a funny term because Who came up with mansplaining? But women. So, which tells me mansplaining is a concept created by womansplaining. And if you use the term womansplaining, you will be accused of manspreading. Not even going to get into manspreading right now, but Bora, my thigh's tired. So, 3 years ago today, this is how I feel about gun control. If you disagree, you can unfriend me. And I want you to stare at this picture until you understand. Wow, I hit 4 viewers for a second there, and then I mentioned manspreading. Yikes. Okay, so anyway, gun control. Yeah, lizard in my cereal. Enjoy that. That's gun control right there for you, by the way. If you don't agree, you can go. Oh, look, Pedicabo Ugo Vos. I posted it again on this day 3 years ago. It was not a coincidence, but I just changed the background and made an awesome, tasty birthday cake thing for it on the background. So, yeah, you look that word up. And matter of fact, that might be my new Facebook motto. That would be so awesome. All right. Anyways, here's me cooking it in a cast iron skillet. This is a diced chicken breast scampi with garden vegetable rice and queso. Yeah, word around a campfire is I'm an excellent cook. And it's true. I could tell because my stepkids are getting fatter. No, I'm kidding. Here's another one. This is a 1 skillet chili cheese dog casserole. Right? This is like some state fair food, but you know what, dude? It was so good. I kind of want one now. I gotta get my hands on a skillet. I got a single use waffle iron, so I'm closer because I think it's cast iron inside that, right? It makes one waffle like this big. Dude, the shit we're gonna make with that, it's pretty funny. Yeah, little mini waffles. And we're probably not even gonna use waffle mix. We're probably gonna use like hash browns or some shit. Is that a thing? Oh, okay. Anything to be a waffle if you're brave enough, says my wife. So that's great. Now I gotta tuck my scrotes in. 3 years ago today, I want you guys to listen to this because it is both ironic because this is kind of a evaluation and dissection of both the east and west, left side and right side of the arguments of fear in American culture. So here's my political rant for the day, and I want you to kind of listen to it and then tell me in the comments what you think this means, and I'll tell you how wrong you are. Ready? 270 million guns are in America. 1,100,000 are used in murders each year. There are 1.6 billion Muslims in the world. It is estimated that 125,000 of them are militarized terrorists. The chances of being murdered by a gun in America is, and I did the math on this, okay, like it took me all day, but I did it. So the chances of being murdered by a gun in America is 0.0041%. The chances of being murdered by a Muslim terrorist in the world is 0.0078%. So what does this mean? This means if you are anti-gun or anti-Muslim, you are barking up the wrong tree. You know, someone's all like, hey, I wonder how that breaks down to drugs and gangs. Yeah, you know what? Actually, if you pull out gang-related, this is a fact that a lot of Americans don't know because, like, the media doesn't tell you, even though it's completely public knowledge. If you take all the gun crimes in America and you remove the gang-related crimes, because let's be honest here, like, you have to be in a gang or closely related by gang violence. If you pull the gang violence out of the statistics, gun violence in America becomes the number one worst gun violence state in the world to the third safest gun violence state in the world. Like, the gang violence and the drug violence is what completely ruins the whole gun violence thing. Is that even the right word? Anyways, so yeah, like, look that shit up, dude. The NRA has spent a long few decades and millions of dollars trying to silence the CDC's research and findings about gun violence in America. But guess what? The CDC is still around and the NRA has filed for bankruptcy. So you feel free to look this up. Awkward, uncomfortable truths. So then Chris says, I would like to see that in a Venn diagram. Yeah, you know what, Chris? Me too. But if it takes me all day to do a math problem, it probably would take me a week and a half to do a Venn diagram. Um, let's see. Michael Allen says, and point 0.00034% chance to be murdered by an AR-15. Yep. So again, you people like complaining about AR-15s, like that's dumb. AR-15s are not the problem, but you people are focusing on it like it is the problem. And personally, I don't think anyone should have an AR-15. Not because it's a military-style assault weapon, but because it's a trash gun. And if you're really going to go around killing people, you probably should use something better like an M1A1. So let's see. Oh, yeah, here's another aspect. The death by terrorist percentage for Muslims is misleading because Muslims mostly kill other Muslims. And not only that, but usually it's over poppy fields. So once again, it's not really weapons. It's kind of like the war on drugs is the problem. So thank you, Michael Allen Hunger, for bringing that up. And then I look at your picture, and you're covered in blood, and you're shirtless. So I don't know. Like, you know what? If you hate the message, you're going to hate the messenger. Anyway, so that's it. We are done. That was another successful run of the Daily Delete, except for that weird lagging incident, which I apologize. So thank you again for Facebook screwing up constantly. Thank you for my wife, my quote-unquote engineer, who makes things a lot more interesting for all of us. And also, once again, I want to give a shout out to our unofficial sponsor for this video, Hobo with a Shotgun. Now available on DVD at Dollar Tree for $1 if you can find it. This movie is, I'm telling you, dude. I am telling you, like, this is up there with one of the best movies ever made. Not okay, so if I were to rate this against Frankenstein created bikers, it's close. Like, this is almost as good as. So if you know one, you know the other. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed my live broadcast of all this goofy shit on all 3-4 of my platforms. If you got any advice on how I can improve these broadcasts, if the advice is, as long as the advice is not stop doing this, like if you got ways to help me improve the program, please leave a comment in any of the platforms below. And that's it. I'm done for the day. So don't forget to like, follow, and obey. And that being said, it's crappy outside, especially for you, Texas. But you know what? Go outside and play anyway. Just because. Thanks. And we're going to tune in tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. Bye.